Christmas Day is the first and only time I've ever won golf clubs. So all happened on a Christmas Day.
You won golf
You
clubs or
won?
somebody gave them to you for a present?
No, I literally won them from Max Homa and Shane Bacon on a Christmas morning.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of, the Whole Story Podcast, a BestBall Roundtable, a little off the deck in here. Guys, how we doing?
You're great, Robbie. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. Merry Christmas. This episode will be released on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to you all. Kirsch?
Looking forward to that. That Christmas Day is the first and only time I've ever won golf clubs. So all happened on a Christmas Day.
You won golf
You
clubs or
won?
somebody gave them to you for a present?
No, I literally won them from Max Homa and Shane Bacon on a Christmas morning.
Wow.
Like you were betting them on a golf course? How does this, like, where?
No,
You
I
like
don't.
went
I
double
mean,
or nothing on the back nine?
no,
We're going
it
to
was
pause our
back-
regular leaving.
Right. I was
It
waiting
was,
for
uh,
Kirsch. Yeah, go ahead, Kirsch.
it was when they were doing their the Get a Grip pod, and Max was on there all the time. And Christmas Eve or something, they put out a message. It was like, "Hey, write us your best, Christmas poem or story, and you win a set of Titleist Vokey wedges." And I had some moment to kill before we went to family's house and sat down. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write something to the theme of the night before Christmas. And I did it. Instead of Santa Claus, it was Bob Vokey coming. Like, it was all sorts of stuff. And I went through the whole thing and I turned it in. And sure enough, I won a set of SM8s, I think at the time, wedges with custom stamps and a note from Max Homa and Shane Bacon.
Wow.
Now you know
Well,
what
that's
you can
cool.
put on your wall right behind you whenever you fix it for 26. That signed card.
I could do that. It'd be hard to see. It'd be like the
It's
size
okay.
of one of those hats.
Well, Max,
But yeah, no, it
Max
was
and
really
Shane,
cool.
if you're listening, this is the guy that
Right.
won your stuff.
It was very, very cool.
That is
Yeah,
pretty
very
cool.
nice. Well, going around the horn, David Kirsch, the lucky winner of golf clubs, Josh Decker, Jonathan Hill. Guys, excited to be here. This is fun. It's kind of the thing we've done now the last 2 years for kind of a year-end wrap-up roundtable. We do these roundtables, and it's a lot of fun. Before I get into that, want to thank the folks that are helping to make some of this possible. Folks at Summit Golf Brands, the B Draddy, Zero Restriction, Fairway and Green, Dan Drollinger, Billy Draddy, and the whole crew there. We love working with them. If anybody wants some of the great stuff like Jonathan's vest he's got on, I've got on a Zero Restriction hoodie. You can go to any of their websites and use BestBall20 and get 20% off your order. Many thanks to Western Birch. They've been a fan and friend of the program for a while of Best Ball. And if you use Best Ball in the shipping cart, you can get a free gift with your order. They do incredible custom tees. So highly recommend Lewis and the team there at Western Birch. I thought we would start this. I know it's a round table, but I've got highlights. Like, I am, Kirsch, I am well prepared for this, and we are going to go down some highlights of Best Ball, right? And want to start out, we've done 52 episodes. This is number 52 of the Whole Story Podcast. Jonathan, I think we are 4 away after this episode from hitting number 150 for the Whole Story Podcast. So 52 episodes this year. We have done 11 Best Ball Roundtables. So got to hang out with you guys for, I think, all but one of those. We did one of those while we were at our first good company. Jonathan, yes?
I want to say that also includes 10 classic David Kirsch rants. So if you haven't, tonight, I'm hoping there's another rant in store. I got on this
He's
thinking,
waiting.
I know, like, there's no pro tournament, there's no PGA people to yell at, but maybe we'll have an end of year rant from David Kirsch.
I'm hoping it's a poem or a Christmas jingle. So 11 roundtables. We have launched Best Ball, 3 new podcasts, the Southern State of Golf with John Combs, That's Good, Pick It Up with our friend Nate Oxman, and Off the Deck podcast with Josh Decker. Josh, a couple minutes, or just I want you to talk about that really quick. How has the first, what were we at, like 13, 14, 15 episodes now of Off the Deck? What's going on?
Yeah, it's been 15 episodes. I'm having a blast with it. Thank you for coming to me with the idea of doing it. it's fascinating when you put a microphone in front of someone's face, not talking about myself as the host, but talking about the people that we have on and just the stories you hear and the experiences that people can share. And we've got already a great lineup to start the year. We're featuring a hydration brand. We just recorded an episode with a gentleman who has just a wealth of knowledge of golf in Scotland as well as Scotch. So we talked about whiskey and golf and but having a great time with it, really enjoying it, getting great feedback and having a blast with Off the Deck.
Well, it's neat to see how, again, the whole concept of golf is people. And we met you because we started following you on social media. Love what you're sharing there, especially your Landman, Sweetens Cove love, and then became close friends. And yeah, you're crushing it. So well done.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well done. Excited for what next year has in store. A few other highlights. Jonathan and I this past year started a series called Course Corrections. It's our game improvement series where we are trying to get better. Jonathan, your handicap has went from, you didn't even have one.
Nope.
Then I think when you first entered some scores, you were in like the mid-20s maybe.
21, 22.
And now?
I'm a 15.9, baby.
15.
Hearing is that the cooler this coming year, you're going to be playing the same tees as us.
I would
He's
love...
hitting a driver, too.
I was going to say, he's got a driver now.
I've started sort of using a driver. It's a mini driver. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the cooler again because of some previous responsibilities with football. But I am going to try to get a tee time this year. My kids are going to church camp in June, and my wife loves corn and everything to do with the Midwest. So I'm going to see if I can get a tee time during that week, and I'll have at least 3 other spots available if people are interested in joining me for a foursome at Landman. She's going to sit on the Adirondack and probably drink iced tea. But that's my hope, that I can find a time. I mean, it's no 7-Eleven automatic trip, but we'll see if we can get close.
Well, yeah, so we've been doing the course correction series. We've been working with friends, like we even talked about last year on this thing, the stack system. Yeah. I know that was kind of Kirsch's product of the year, but we're working with those guys, with Sasha McKenzie, very thankful, and that's been renewed for next year. Arcos Golf, we've been tracking our stats, highly recommend each of those. I've been working with JP Guidry, Dr. JP Guidry Golf and Sport, on golf workouts and training, and it all pairs together, and it's been a lot of fun. We are going to extend and do another year of course corrections. We've got a new partner. I don't know if we want to tease that out yet, Jonathan, but we do have a pretty cool new partner that's coming on board with that one.
I feel like you need to give everybody a little Christmas something here.
Little Christmas something?
Little tease.
Especially.
Well, I like it. We're getting there already. Let's go.
We did not win new clubs, but we will be working with a club maker, Avoda Golf. Okay. They make either single length or combo length set irons, but Jonathan and I are going to be custom fit for the first time for some irons and wedges. Yep. So our games are going to be really dialed in. We did have Tom Bailey on, one of our guests. He talked about the details of all the things of Avoda Golf, the technology they're doing. So that's it. So your boy Bryson Kirsch is playing Avoda clubs, and then Jason Day has been playing them recently as well. So we're excited for that. So stay tuned and watch Course Correction Series for more of that stuff. More of the highlights of the year. We did 2 good company trips. These are the trips that Best Ball has put together, where we gather good people and want to play golf, and good spots, but it's more about the company. We went to Pawleys Island with a group of friends, a lot from the Twilight Golf Club, so Stephen Edwards and a bunch of guys there, and then we took a group to Pinehurst as well and got to experience that. I know one thing we talked about last year's kind of the bucket list trip was everybody was applying for the Old Course Reversed experience. Jonathan was selected after that episode, and as you've seen, that he and I got to go experience the Old Course and got to go play it in reverse. That was just an incredible highlight. Shout out to our guys, Andrew Voss and Adam Van Zee. Great new friends and also faithful listeners of the show. So I know Andrew did not win, as we all have been figuring out today.
No.
Adam was the one that won it last year. We have not heard from him, so he's probably already booked his trip back. So And then we met Tom Farrell there on that trip, who is the director, the VP of Media and Communication with Dream Golf, and got invited to our first Media Day event at Sand Valley. Got to go experience the Commons, the new 12-hole course there at Sand Valley.
Nice.
And I got to go. Jonathan was unable to go, again, because of his commitments with football, but I got to play all, I think, 108 holes on the property at Sand Valley, and it was incredible. So that was just some quick highlights among many from the year of best ball. But want to hear from you guys and ask some questions about some of your highlights for the year. So let's start going around the horn. Mr. Kirsch, I want to ask you first. First topic is favorite course that you played this year.
Yeah, so I did some thinking on this one, and I think it was in perfect podcast tone as the reason why, in that it wasn't so much the course, but it was like a quote that I remember from it. And, it's right in the middle of the summer, it was hot, and it was Streamsong Red. And I had been to Streamsong. It was the fourth time I'd been on property, but only the second time I'd ever played Streamsong Red. And the first time was one of those, another weird golf story where I was there for a trip. We played the black course first. We played the blue on day 2 in the morning, and then we were supposed to play the red in the afternoon. And then I think we had blue and black again on the next day. Well, about 15 minutes before we teed off a few years ago, my wife sent me a text and said, our dog of 15 years had kind of wandered out through the gate and wasn't in the best condition at that point, and had vanished, and took me of people, my dad and some other people, miles away from the house at this point. And on the 15th hole, they found her. And I couldn't tell you what the first 14 holes of that golf course looked like after we got done, because there's nothing I could do. I'm just helpless, and I'm sitting here, and I'm down in Florida. They're obviously back here. So it was really cool to go back and do that course again, kind of for the first time. But I finished with a couple of birdies the last time. It was like, as soon as we found the dog, all of a sudden I could play golf again. And so I was going back there, and, we were down early a couple days before a big family trip, and Eli looked at me, and we were on I think it's the 7th hole. It's a big par 5, and you're getting closer to the halfway house, and you're coming around, and the course just starts out, and it's just Gordon Crenshaw at their best. And you come around the corner, and you're on this big par 5, you hit this drive, and you kind of come over, and then the hole, you can see just a ton of the course. And Eli looks, he goes, "Can't believe we get to do this. This is like the best trip day ever." And I was just like, all right, yep, everything else for the next, and I think we still had like 10 days of vacation left. And it was like, all right, everything after this is just money. So
Yeah.
that's what my course of the year was.
I love it. Josh, how about you?
Well, it's tough to follow that.
Right.
I didn't have a dog go missing while I was playing golf anywhere.
Does your child love you too?
Yeah. Sweetens Cove is always the best. I love spending time at Sweetens, but for me in 2025, it was around at Old Overton here in Birmingham, where I shot my personal best. So shot a 7, which is the best round of my life. So that was my favorite course in 2025 because of how well I played. And it was funny. We made the turn, and I looked at my stepdad and I said, "Do not tell me my score. Don't even tell me where I am. I don't want to know." And final putt dropped on the 18th, and he looked at me, he goes, 76, and was just thrilled about that. So yeah, for me, it's Old Overton here in Birmingham.
I like it. Jonathan, I think I know your answer.
I think I know my answer. The struggle is, well, we have favorite course, and the next one's going to be new to you course. They're all new to me this year. I've probably played, like, if I put together a bucket list at the beginning, it would have to be almost every course I've played. So I just did Sage Valley. I've been able to go to Sweetens Cove this year. We obviously took our trip for Castle Course, Old Course Reverse. We played number 2 and number 10 and number 8.
You did Sage?
I played Sage last week.
5 years ago, guys.
No,
5
listen,
years ago, he
I
looked at
understand.
me and he said, "Hey, Kirsch, why don't you come down and
Well, listen, I'll be honest. Listen, 5 years ago is whenever I was owed that round of golf because your wife signed. So it's been 5 years for me to actually get on this course. It was finally brought. It was brought the ability to go.
I didn't go either, David. Don't worry.
No, I there was a buddy of mine here in town. He almost cried, like literally. Sure, if you're listening to this, I apologize for outing you on that one. But he like literally, it was around his birthday, and it was. We've been invited back, so next time we'll make sure to bring a few extras. But
2030.
yeah, right, 5 more years. I'm gonna have to say because, and like Josh just mentioned, I shot my personal best as well. I broke 90 for the very first time. And it was at the old course. I shot an 88, and the same exact thing. I knew that I knew I was doing really well on the front. I shot a 40 on the front, and I was not, I don't even think I was writing it down. Robbie, I think, was writing everything down. I'm like, don't tell me. And we get to number 17, and I had a beautiful shot over the hotel. I hit it just short of the green, and then I fell apart for about 4 putts because I ended up putting over the green onto the road. Then I had to putt back on the green. I went over again, and I ended up with a boat. I think I doubled 17. And
I think you tripled.
I might have tripled it. Yeah, it was. And I'm like, I'm looking at him. I was like, I don't want to know. And I go, wait a minute. Do I have a chance? He goes, if you bogey, you shoot an 89. And I hit a good drive. I was 220 out. 210, hit it to the Valley of Sin, which I didn't even know what that was because I don't pay enough attention to golf. Had a great putt, and I drained like a 12-footer for par on number 18. With amazing opportunities to play golf at incredible places with even better people, I'm going to have to go with Old Course 88. That's hard to beat. And shout out to Sam Van Gaal. I always include Art as his last name, but that's not his last name. Shout out to Sam, who did an incredible job of commemorating that with some pictures and drawings of the old course for both Robbie and myself. I way beyond grateful for.
If you go to our YouTube channel, you can see as part of our film on the old course reverse in our experience, you can see Jonathan making that putt for par. And I would just say Andrew, Adam, and I, we were all like, we don't know what we're making. We know what Jonathan's score is right now.
Right.
Like we were all so invested in what he was doing. And so it was a lot of fun to be there for that.
That was probably one of the best parts because Adam and Voss are great. Like I think they shot 72, 74. They didn't care. They're like, let's get Jonathan in. Let's get him in under. Man, it was, golf is so good and frustrating.
Mine, just for the history of everything and the opportunity to do it, is the old course as well. And I won't go into all the details right now, but Josh, like you were just talking with your guest for a new episode coming out, he's dying to play the old course, and having the opportunity to do it was incredible. So, all right, favorite new course to you, and Josh, I'll start with you on this one.
I've got some. It was a good year. The Lido is up there. Bandon Trails is up there. And that was after spending 5 days at Bandon. I think Bandon Trails might have been my favorite course. And I know that's probably not a popular thing to say, but I absolutely love trails. Pinehurst number 10, Old Elm with a friend of the program, and then Country Club of Birmingham West. Finally getting to step foot on that property and play that golf course. That was a really long answer to a very short question there, Robbie. But yeah, it was Lido. If you can get to Sand Valley, get to Sand Valley. It is such a unique experience with how they built that place and everything they did to recreate what existed on Long Island. But yeah, those are mine.
Jonathan, how about you? What's your best new to you course? And I know you said you played a lot of new courses for you, but
yeah, I mean,
you had one or two.
Probably by far the best year of golf I've ever had, since I've never really spent that much time on any trips and traveling and stuff like that. But I absolutely fell in love with Carn in Ireland. I didn't have a driver at the time, so it didn't matter if you could hit over 200 yards. And so, like, hitting it to a spot and then turning a corner and, like, just trying to hit it over dunes. 2 days of incredible hospitality, not only from the management and the staff and everyone there, but our caddies were just top-notch, friendly. I almost killed their cat, which I apologize again. But I didn't, fortunately, and that would have turned it into a very bad experience. But it was a great experience, and I don't even know what I shot. I just want to go back and lose more balls up on the dunes and make some crazy shots out of the thick grass.
Kirsch, how about you?
Yeah, this was a weird year for golf. For me, I didn't get nearly as many of the new experiences. So I'm gonna get back into the well of down in Florida, but the chain was a new course down at Streamsong, and it's cool because it's different in the sense of it's the largest putting green in the state of Florida. It is acres big, like many acres. It's twice, three times the size of a Thistledew for those that have been to Pinehurst. Like
Whoa.
it's
Wow.
massive.
Holy cow.
But it's really cool. The setup is that there is a 6-hole loop. So if you want to come out and play 6, you can go do that. It's a totally unique experience. That's as close as you're going to get to something like the Cradle, where you can go out, no shoes, just make a quick par 3 6-hole loop. Then you can come back and there's a main teeing area, a little shack for food, and then you can go back out. There's a 12-hole loop on the other side. So, and the 12-hole loop is, it's got a couple of par 4s. It's a little bit longer of a golf course, but that was a really fun experience. And the guys that we had played with came over, met us there. We ended up playing with 8 people and just kind of going around the course and having a good time. But it was a neat design that I'd like to see more of in golf, of where you can have different experiences in the same place.
I love it. I was texting with John Combs, who hosts the Southern State of Golf, and he is down in Tampa for a conference and went up today and played, or yesterday, I guess, and played a couple rounds, not the full courses, but the 2 smaller ones, this Juice and the Squeeze, I think, at Cabot.
Oh, it's Cabot Citrus, yeah.
Yeah, and then tomorrow he's going to play the Chain, so he sneaking out of his conference to go have more fun on the course. Mine, and maybe I need to go first or before you guys on some of these, my new to you course for me, I think a tie between the Lido and Pinehurst number 10. Josh, like you said on those, and Jonathan, like you echoed on Pinehurst number 10, just incredible courses. Loved every minute of it. Want to go back. And the one thing I said, I got to play with Jeff Marsh at the Lido. And the one thing I said is, can you imagine if this is still in the original site, how extra awesome it would be?
We wouldn't get to play it if it was on the original site. I don't think. I think it'd be so exclusive we would not get to play it.
It was a special place. All right, best course that you played that no one or not many people know about. Jonathan, you got an answer for this one?
I'm going to continue to sing the praises of my first membership. I'm a member at Gordon Lakes. I did a civilian membership at Gordon Lakes. Is a military installation here in town. They've got 3 9-hole setups, the Island View, Lake View, and Pine View, and they rotate around. And for a civilian, you pay $500 for the year, and you get Monday through Thursday rights, and it costs like $1 to walk 9 holes. It's incredible shape. It also gives me reciprocity whenever I go visit other military installations. So like Robbie lives right outside of Fort Jackson. We play there, and we go out there, and I think we rode the other day for like $14 or something. But if you've got a military base nearby and the commander of that base likes golf, there's a really good chance you've got some good golf and some good greens. If they don't like golf, it typically suffers. But I can't say enough. It's been an incredible experience, easy way to go out. It's 20 minutes from my house. I can walk 9 in an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes and get out and play board golf that I ever had before. And it's interesting to start thinking about like the holes that I know and where my ball's going to go. And it was a part of our competition this year. I was supposed to try to par all 27 holes. I made 17 out of the 27. So yeah.
We'll touch on that here in a little bit as
right.
well.
Yep.
Josh, you mentioned a few new courses to you, but what's the best one that you played? It doesn't have to be new, but the best course you played that not many people know about.
I'm going to go with Lost Rail in I think it's Gretna, Nebraska, opened in 2022. Scott Hoffman, architect. Just a fun place that offers a variety of golf holes and has an amazing halfway house with everything under the sun. I mean, we had cups of gummy bears. It was great. And then once you finish your round on the 18, they've got a short course that's reversible, which was a lot of fun to play. So yes, I played that after a couple days at Landman, getting out of town. We ran down there and played Lost Rail, and highly recommend it.
Mammoth Park up in Kentucky. It's just a fun course. It's not that far of a drive for us in Nashville. and it kind of gives you a knockoff 18 hole version of a Sweetens, where you have everything's big, it's wide, it's bold, the greens are all over the place, and uh, thankfully, but not thankfully, it hasn't like exploded. I actually thought it was going to be way, way crazier this year, and it's still easy. You can still get on, you can still go do things. Eli had a tournament up there, so we went up a little bit early, but it's just a fun place to go play golf.
Yeah, that was on my radar. I did a solo road trip this summer, and that was one of the stops that I thought about making, but ended up playing with somebody else there in Nashville because Kirsch was busy and did not want to play with me. But on that trip, I got to play with Josh, play with Sam Erb in Nashville, and then went up and played with the guys at Gimme, hung out with them, and then my best course no one knows about. I met up with our friends from Scotland who are from Indiana, and it was Andrew Voss and Adam Van Zee, played at Purgatory Golf Club in Noblesville, Indiana, and they have bought into the whole Purgatory, like, let's make it kind of the logo look, you know, not very pleasant and everything. They have one hole called like Hell's Half Acre. It's a crazy par three, and I say this like it was an incredible. It's a link style course. It's incredible shape. It's super hard. Like I did my whole year in review on the Gen app and Gen app, whatever you want to call it. And that was the hardest course that I played all year. I mean, it's a tough course. Of course, Voss dominated it, Jonathan.
Of course it did.
And then, that was my worst round of the year as well. But it's still the best course that not many people know about. So if you're in Indianapolis, go a little north and play Purgatory Golf Club.
I've actually played there before.
Have you really?
Yeah, because my wife's got family in Carmel and up in Fort Wayne, so we've made that drive, and I've actually played that course before. And if I remember the way too early 2026 schedule, believe that Eli is playing a tournament there for the Golf Week Junior Tour.
Nice.
So yeah, that is a really cool track.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. All right, one of you guys threw out favorite golf event of the year, and this could be one that you played in or you watched, but what was the highlight golf event for you guys this year? And I'll start.
I was going to say, Robbie, you need to start this one.
I'll start with this one. Mine was watching Rory win the Masters. Like, I loved it. I was super excited for him to finally get it done. One, you love watching the Masters anyway, but to see him finally get the monkey off your back, whatever, and you could see in his joy of winning the thing, the relief that came and the joy of winning. I thought he would go on to have a better rest of the year. He had a great year, but there was a lull in the summer where he kind of disappeared, and I thought he would just continue that dominance, kind of swinging freely or whatever. But Rory winning the Masters was the tournament or event that I enjoyed the most this year. Now, I got to be a part of some great stuff myself, but I'll go with that one. Kirsch, how about you?
That was one that I considered. I was listening to, no free shout outs, but the Shotgun Start does their year-end review, and they did a whole 3 hours on the Masters. And it was just I had enough car rides this week of driving around for work, and it was just, that event was, I have to go back and watch it. I want to sit down and rewatch all day Saturday and all day Sunday coverage. I have it all recorded. I want to go back and watch this whole thing. So
I think the official film just came out too.
Oh, I need to watch that. Okay.
Yep.
But in a non-Rory, non-pro, I'm trying to stay away from pro golf tonight. That was my goal, is that this is the focus. We spend so much of the year on these podcasts talking about everybody else besides us, right? But mine was 100% the Tournament of Champions, played at the Golf Club of Tennessee, and Eli finishing second. And I know it wasn't a win, but to see your son make a goal at the beginning of the year, and to be a good player, but have to make some massive strides in a year, and to do it. He's the second ranked golfer in the state of Tennessee for his age group. But he made that tournament. And if it wasn't for a rain delay on the first day that cost him about 3 or 4 shots coming out of that rain delay, he was right there, and he was 4 down with 3 to play, or 4 to play, made a couple pars and a birdie, and got it down to 2, and was in the fairway on 18, and he needed to hole out to have a chance, and he hit the bloody stick and left it to 2 feet, and it was just a cool shot because he knew he needed it. There was at that point there was probably 25 people watching because it was the final group coming in, and everybody knew he needed it. And for him to step up from 105 yards and hit the stick after smashing a drive and still making the birdie and all of that, but you got to make it and you hit the stick, like that's pretty sweet. So that was the shot in the kind of the round, the tournament that I remember the most.
Jonathan, what about you?
I would, if you count the entire reverse experience as an event, I think that's pretty high up. Like, that's hard to beat. I would like to mention, I'm glad Rory won the Masters. I wish he'd done it one hole later because I was sitting 3 feet from the green on number 10, which would have been the second playoff hole. And I really wish they would have just somehow still tied and could have come and played and let us watch it within, literally breathing distance. So that tells you how great of a year it was, because I almost forgot that I did that. Whenever Robbie mentioned National, I'm like, oh, actually, I forgot I was at the Masters on Sunday waiting for number 10 for this whole thing to happen. So I think I'll have to go with that. It was just one hole too late for it to not to be the most amazing experience I've ever had in my golf life.
Josh?
So Masters has been covered. It was lightning went through my living room when Rory rinsed it on, I guess, was that 12 or 13 to make it interesting.
13.
Anyway, won't cover more of the Masters, but in the last 3 weeks, I brought home a trophy from Sweetens Cove Golf Club. Myself and 6 dear friends dressed up like reindeer, and we won the Ugly Sweater Invitational. Even if you don't want to see it, I'm going to show it.
Did you?
But yeah, won the Ugly Sweater. 4 or 5 playoff holes to determine the winner. And yeah, that's mine for 2025.
You won because of golf, not because of your ugly sweaters? Because I've seen the pictures.
There's no award for Ugly Sweater. It's all about the golf, but it was
That's
wild.
awesome.
We made the shootout, and the shootout was scramble format with 3 teams of 7. So you have 21 golf balls all over the place. It was just chaos, but thankful to have that trophy on the mantle.
Congratulations. Well, we won't go into details because I know it's been covered if you go back and listen to a different episode. But Jonathan claimed a trophy from a golf tournament this year as well.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's right behind him.
There it is.
Division 5. The very last group out, because we know that we're going to be the worst.
But you are the best of the worst.
I did shot. I don't think I doubled the last hole to win. I'm pretty sure I bogeyed the last hole, but the other guy had a worse bet last hole.
Yeah.
Solid 97.
Congratulations to all you guys winning. Great year. All right. What's the story? I want to know. What's the story of 2 things? One, your most memorable shot from the year, but also your most memorable shot that you saw in person from the year. And I'm going to go before Jonathan so he doesn't take mine.
Oh, we're going to have the same one probably. Go ahead. I know which one you're going with.
Well, I'll share my most memorable shot that I executed. And Jonathan, you were a part of that one. We went down for the Bedrati Shindig, and we're like, we got to play golf. So we went and played at the Golf Club of Jupiter. And like most rounds of golf, you're out on the range, and I am shanking it left and right. Like, they have these like water balls, you're hitting into the water. I am having a horrible range session. We get paired up with these 2 guys that were probably 80, 90 years old, and I played the best round of golf I've ever played. And my shot of the year, I think, there's a number of them. Most memorable shot, besides the first at the old course, right? The first shot I ever took at the old course.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Besides that one, the wedge on 18,
Yep.
I'm sitting there, I went 1 over on the front 9, and I'm even on the back 9, and I hit a great drive, and I'm probably 120 yards, so I just hit a wedge. And I told Jonathan, and I recorded it, I say, I just want to record this because it's probably the happiest I'll ever be on a golf course, because who knows what this shot's about to happen. I hit a great shot, unfortunately missed the birdie putt, tapped in, and I was 1 over. So best round I've ever played, so I'll take my wedge as the shot of the year. The best shot I saw, maybe Jonathan will echo this, our buddy Andrew Voss, when we played the reverse routing of the old course, teed off from the second tee box playing to number 18 green, he can crush a golf ball. He hits it on the road, the street that runs through the fairways of 1 and 18 that cars will drive through while you're playing. And he's on the road, and we're like, take a drop. Well, he's like, when am I going to ever have an opportunity to do this again? Pulls out a whatever club and hits it onto the green off the road.
Yep.
Perfect shot. Barely misses the birdie putt.
Yep.
But it was the coolest shot that I saw all year for sure. So that's my answers. Jonathan, what's your answers?
Well, listen, I don't think I've ever seen a shot as pure as Voss hitting it off the concrete, and then he signed it. That was probably my favorite part too.
Yeah, we did dinner later. We did dinner later. Then we came back out and he signed it. It was
he
great.
signed a little spot that had like barely a chip off there, and wrote his initials. So yeah, that was probably I think that was by far the best shot I saw all year long. My favorite shot that I hit all year on the old course. Yeah, on the old course. I was trying to give it to the reverse. No. Yeah, it wasn't on the reverse. It was the old course. On one of the par fives, I hit I had a 4-iron and a 7-iron pretty much all day long. So I hit my 4-iron a pretty good ways. I had a good rollout. And I ended up hitting my 7-iron 225 to reach the green in 2 on a par 5. And had a chance for an eagle putt. I didn't make it, but that was a good shot. That was whenever I knew, like, okay, I'm having a really good day of golf. It's actually doing what it's supposed to do. So
that was only like the second or third hole too.
Yeah, it was early on. The only other one I can think of, and there's a snapshot if you go back to my Instagram of me hitting this really awkward ball onto a par 3 out, and my hair's just like flowing in the wind, and it was great. That was a fun shot too.
All right, Decker, what you got?
The favorite shot I hit was I drove the drivable par 4 number 7 at Sweetens Cove and made the putt. So that was a big bird, which was great.
That's such a hard green to putt on too.
Yeah, and just for the ball to stay on that green, like
it's just
that number 7 green for the listeners. If you're not familiar at Sweetens Cove, it looks like there's dead turtles and dead elephants buried underneath that green. And then best shot that I saw, probably the most fun shot that I saw was from Will Robbins while we were at Landman over July 11th, 7-Eleven Invitational. And everybody else had gone into the house because there was I didn't know that hurricanes could come through Homer, Nebraska, but a hurricane with tornadoes hit Homer, Nebraska while we were on 17. And I had put him in a bunker during my adult shot, and he hit it to about 10 feet with lightning swirl. I mean, it was, we had no business still being on that golf course, but he still managed to just stuff it.
You're not exposed at all out there at Landman.
No, not at all.
Nice. Kirsch, what you got?
Man, we'll go full non-Eli edition here. I played over Tennessee Grasslands with my buddy Chris Jackson, and we played in the Fox Hunt, which is their member guest. And the day one was, we kind of hung around, and we were both, I think it's fair to say, a little nervous. Member guest, tons of stuff on the line. You see that Calcutta the night before, you're like, oh, there's a lot of money floating around here. Okay, cool. And so we went through and halved our first match essentially, and that's almost as bad as a loss anyway, so in that format. And so we needed to come out in the second match, and we both just kind of made a mess of the first hole, but should have won it, didn't. So we went out to that second hole, and I hit, after two guys just hit 2 atrocious drives, one on their side, my buddy Chris, and I just hit like a drive. And I remember there was a couple of extra people. There was like a sponsor on there on the tee, and they was just like, oh, you just hit it 120 yards past everybody. And I mean, it's houses and OB on the left, big trees and bunkers and tall grass on the right, and just absolutely flushed it on this par 5. Best drive, best, you just know you hit it right in the middle of the face. And then at the end of that match on the last hole, kind of to put a slam dunk and get one of those bigger, 6-3, 6.5, 2.5 type wins, Chris stepped up, and it's the best shot I saw. 165 yard, 175 yard, par 3, water front of you, left, slightly perched up green, and he just absolutely flushed a shot that you kind of have to have, and he hit it to like a foot, and it was awesome. And so that was, that round had a lot of those shots that I just remember, just really good contact. But seeing him like just hit this shot and he hits the ball 1.5 miles in the air. Like, I mean, every time it just goes so high. I'm jealous of how high he can hit it, but he just flushed this shot right on it. It was awesome.
Man, isn't golf great, right? Like, just one shot, you can have a story for years. It's, gosh, the best thing ever. All right, best pro shop purchase. So we had some good ones last year. So I want to hear when you've gone to a pro shop this year. Let's pick one if we can. If you got a couple, that's cool. But what has been your best pro shop purchase this year, and from what course? Decker, let's go. You're raising it up.
Yeah, so I don't typically, I stay with navies and khakis and dark green, and this yellow hat that I am holding in front of the camera right now just spoke to me, and I came home with it, and my wife was like, "I'm sorry, what? You bought that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I did." And I love this. It's kind of a dad hat with like a neon rope, but from Landman, and it's just so uncharacteristic for me.
That's a good hat. I've seen you wear that one in some photos and stuff. That's a good looking hat.
Yeah.
Kirsch, what you got?
Yeah, man, I'm such a this was a hard one because I was trying to think of anything that I got that was super unique and new to me, but different variations. I would say the thing that brings me the most joy is from a couple of the golf courses that we were able to go play, picking things out for Noah, who's my older son, who is not a golfer. Um, if he's going to come out, it's going to be a little bit of a crooked hat, untucked shirt, hopefully some music, and no regard at all for score. Doesn't exist. But just come out and have a good time. But to like see him like, oh yeah, my dad, got me this, and going around and wearing different shirts from the courses that we've played, and whether it's a t-shirt or a hoodie, those are the type of things that that this year I felt like I grabbed a lot of. So I've seen him, Disney's Palm, we went back and played there, down at, I've gotten some from Sweetens Golf Club of Tennessee. So just a stream song, just a lot of different ones like that. But those were the ones that have probably brought me the most joy, is just seeing him rock those t-shirts and hoodies and, get some joy out of it.
Well done. Jonathan, what you got?
I'm gonna have to say my valuables bag that I got from St. Andrews. It's the plaid. There's a specific word for that should probably know. Whatever the
Tartan.
colors, tartan. There we go. It's clearly a golfer, and it's a reminder. I use it to throw I've got one for balls and tees and everything else, but I throw my keys and all that. And it's literally like every time I get it out, I'm like, I can't believe I actually played there. Like, that happened this year. It was real, and this is something that I get to hold on to and see it all the time. So that was a special thing that I'm glad I get to put in my bag every day.
Nice. Well, the thing I use the most is probably this TKO hoodie from Zero Restriction and the Lido. I wear it all the time because I love it. But I would say the merch thing that we got that we did not pay for, and they did not sell anything, but this head cover that you see right above me, this white one, it says Old Course Reversed. And as part of the package that you got, they handed you an Old Course Reversed head cover.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
and
really
it's
cool.
I will never use it on a golf club, but it will be one of my prized possessions because I got to say I did it. So
Mine's over on this.
You mean they didn't give you a big letter hat upside down with no vowels?
There he is.
yeah,
Welcome to the podcast, Kirsch.
They spelled it backwards. Yeah,
You
they
know,
spelled it backwards.
we were having a good time enjoying this until Kirsch decided he needed to blow it up. I will say it was the closest I've ever come to stealing something. I honestly almost stole the Old Course Reverse flag for number 17. We walked past it. I'm like, if I had just a little bit less morals. I did offer a significant amount of cash to anyone that was willing to listen on whether or not I could buy one. And they're like, no, I'm like, listen, I don't know how much money I have in my pocket, but I can go get more. If you'll let me,
there is more available.
if you'll let me have this Old Course flag. I mean, we stopped 2 or 3 different places and asked, where can we take that flag for the Old Course Reversed? And they did not offer it.
Now I'm going to do this live. I've got a suggestion for this segment, December 20th. Draw names out of a hat at a different time. And that person, you have to buy something from a pro shop that is for that person on the podcast. Send it to them before the pod, and then we all open it up live on the pod.
Like Secret Santa.
We're doing Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret Santa, but from a golf pro shop.
I love it.
Let's do it.
I love it. So next year, Secret Santa.
Yep. That's what we're going to do. we'll draw names in like January or February or something like that, and then it's, you got to pick out of all the experiences, like what is the one thing that you would get that person for whatever reason. It could be serious, it could be silly. We'll figure out. We'll just put like a small cap on it, and we'll just go do it.
Do pro shops sell lingerie?
I
Because I
can't
don't
wait
care
to
who
buy
I
Brian
get
DeChambeau poster for you, Kirsch.
ever.
I hope Josh gets Kirsch's name.
24 by
Man.
36. It's going to be massive, brother.
You're gonna look so good in that kangaroo hat.
Oh, we can get Sam Van Galder or Mark Rivard to paint.
This isn't a white elephant guy.
To
We're
paint
supposed to be
Bryson
doing
holding
positive.
Kirsch or something like that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that would be so
This
good.
is supposed to be positive things. This isn't a white
Positive.
elephant.
Oh, this is-
I think it's a great
It's
idea.
100% positive. If there's a poster of Bryson in your garage, 100% positive.
I love it. I love it. All right, moving on. Best food that you had at a golf course this year. I know last year or maybe sometime you said something about the pizzas at your new home course, Kirsch, but let's move past that. Best food that you had at a golf course. Josh?
Yeah, little turn house at Country Club of Birmingham had these like half PB&Js, and the level of thickness and how equally balanced it was of peanut butter and jelly. Like like it was as thick as the bread, and it was incredible.
Nice. Kirsch?
I'm gonna cheat and do a drink of the year and food of the year. I learned what a water hazard was this year. At the member guest. That was a new to me but exciting little Gatorade infused adult drink beverage that was tasty on a nice early fall, late summer day. But food, I had a killer chicken salad sandwich, which I'm pretty, I love chicken salad to be a very specific way, and they absolutely nailed it with some home like cooked chips. Like these things were cut that morning, and when you combo a good sandwich with good chips and a nice cold beverage, that's where it's at. And I was at Golf Club Tennessee this year. So
Jonathan, how about you?
I had haggis at the turn at the Castle course, and
sorry about that.
I thought it was fantastic. I put a little mustard on top. Told them I wanted to try it. Don't tell me what's in it, and I thought it was great. And then they told me what it was, and I still liked it. It was an experience. It's one of those things. Like, when are you gonna get to try this and have it? Yeah, that was my favorite food. Close second would be my macaroni pie at the old course, a little hot sauce on top.
Bold to do that at the turn on a golf course where you're about
Right.
to walk a long way away from any public facilities. My food of the year, there were many options at Sand Valley, but I'm going to go Craig's Porch, the dollar taco.
The
So
tacos
jealous.
at Craig's Port.
Man,
Can I offer a humble brag real quick?
yeah.
Craig's Porch is named after Craig Holtum, who found the land for the Kaisers to build Sand Valley on.
Really?
And when I played the Lido, I played it with Craig, and that was cool. That was
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
really
his tacos. They were so good.
And you did it right too, right? Like you did it for dinner, like as like an after the day type of thing, right?
Me?
Isn't that what you? Yeah, I thought that's what you said that you, because that was what we did. We had played, and then we went up there, and it was just like you could go have somebody come and cook at your cabin. You could go to any of the restaurants that are on site, or you could go up to Craig's Porch, watch people finish their rounds, have some cheap tacos, some cheap beer, watch golf, and the Wisconsin sunset right in front of you. Like that, to me, that was like,
I did not. I had one for lunch, and then we made the turn and got another. And God, it was so good, man. All their food there is incredible, and it's $1. So, all right, wrapping up this year. 5 words to describe your 2025 in golf. And I'll give Jonathan a minute or two to think about it.
I was
So,
just counting.
Kirsch, let's start with you.
almost there, not quite yet. This was the closest I had to a year in which it felt like I got to play a lot of golf and not just watch golf, pay for somebody else's golf caddy, but I actually got to go and play golf. And I think 26 is going to it's shaping up to be one of the more interesting. It's going to be a long year, and I'm looking forward to using golf as what it's meant to be in my eyes. a little bit of escapism, a little bit of a place to just be at peace and have some fun and good company, not worry about the score. Even though I think I'm gonna get into a 2026 goal here shortly. But that's what I would say this year was, though. Almost there, not quite yet. We were really close to, you know, playing enough rounds where you felt like you were a golfer again and trying new courses and all that stuff. So that's my 5 words for the year.
Nice. Jonathan, what you got?
Better than I ever deserved. Just the list that you put out there and begin thinking through, like, literally top 10 people's bucket lists, like places and spaces that people that really love golf go, I can't believe you got a chance to play there. And people that really love golf sometimes get mad at me because I don't know enough about golf whenever I go play there. I had a fun experience going on to number 8. I was like, what's Pride Golf? And he's like, you don't know what Pride Golf is? I'm like, no. It's like, what are the grips in your clubs? I'm like, I don't know.
Golf Pride.
Golf Pride. There we go.
Golf.
See,
Oh.
look.
Yeah, you
I was
don't
like,
ever
man,
know.
that could have been a lot of different things.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Pride Golf's a different company.
I thought it was a lot of different things. I was wondering why it was sitting in a nice building off number 8 at Pinehurst. I had,
Oh, did you go in?
well, no, we just went to play
Oh.
golf.
Oh no, we've gone in there. Like, that's a really cool place.
Yeah.
Like, it's worth just going in and talking to somebody random.
I found out that apparently they do grips. So in case you didn't know that, like me, they do golf grips. So yeah, better than I ever deserve. Like places and spaces that people who truly love golf more than me, that started it when they were 2 and 3 years old, should have had the same opportunities. And for whatever reason, God's good graces, I was able to.
There we go. Josh, how about you?
Well, I mean, I'd echo a lot of what Jonathan just said, but my 5 are best round of my life. And it was really cool getting to share that with my stepdad, who introduced me to the game. That made it even more fun. Just to be in the cart with him, and like I said earlier, to look at him and be like, don't tell me the score, don't tell me where I am, and then for that putt to drop and him already know what it was really special.
Man, good stuff. All right, mine, amazing experiences with good company. And it just goes to, like Jonathan says, it's all about who you get to do this with and the fun experiences that you have. And I could list off for days the people that we've gotten to play with and meet and experience this great game with. And I'm excited for what's to come, because who knows what's going to come. That's my amazing experiences with good company. All right, let's put a bow on that. Let's wrap up 2025. Now let's look at 2026, some goals that we might have. And I want to ask to start with, what is your number one golf goal? Like, when you think about what you want to do in golf this year, 2026, what's your number one golf goal? Josh, I want to start with you.
Beat my 76.
Okay, easy enough. Jonathan?
I want to shoot under 85.
Okay, I like that. Kirsch?
I want to qualify for the Tennessee State Mid-Am.
Let's go.
It's at Hillwood Country
Let's
Club
go.
in Nashville. It's out of all of the country clubs, private clubs in Nashville, it's currently, there's about to be 2 more that are going to open that I haven't played, but it's the only one that it's old, it's historic. I've never scored an invite there. I've never been able to play there. It's pretty locked down. They don't host any big tournaments or anything like that. So whenever the Mid-Am or something like that comes around, it becomes a good carrot on the stick, and that's where it is this year in October. So qualifier will be sometime in September, and so I think that led a lot into kind of looking back on this year and then thinking about next year of like, all right, I'm going to be in a position to play more than, I'm going to be able to play. And I want a carrot. I want to chase a goal. And I've done it a few times in the past, but not in 7 years. So I want to get back. I don't care if I finish dead last. I just want to get there.
I love it. And you'll wear a best ball hat when you make it. I like it. We'll be your hat sponsor.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Mine, this is 2025. I played the most golf I've ever played in a calendar year, and it's awesome, and I want to top it. According to my stats, I had 53 posted scores, 34 courses played. So I want to top the number of different courses I played. That's my goal, because I love going and finding new places, playing the holes in the wall. Josh, like we were talking about, or you were talking about with your guest, going somewhere and playing the off courses, not the super popular ones, but the ones that are just as good, especially over in Scotland. But a bigger goal, and I think I want to really check this off, I want the 4 of us to find a time to play together. That's my goal for 2026. We will figure that out and find a time for all of us to play together. And Kirsch will teach us all how to play golf.
Love that.
Yep. All right, next question. Realistic bucket course that you will try to check off in 2026. Jonathan?
Guess I'm going to go.
Which after 2025 means just about anywhere for you.
Yeah, what is it? Cypress Point?
I know, like, no, I mean, legit, like, I'm trying to think. I don't have.
Pine Valley.
I don't know if this is going to be able to happen just from a logistics perspective, but Kirsch and I know an individual who now lives or going to be working in New York City and moving to New York State. And because he lives in New York, he can get tee times to Bethpage differently than the rest of us can. So we've chatted about it. I don't know if it's going to be like a makeable thing, but if I were going to put on the bucket list, it'd be going and playing Bethpage with Bradley.
Nice. Well, Kirsch, since Jonathan pointed you out there, I want to hear yours next. What's your realistic bucket list?
Yeah, I thought about this one a lot. I'm gonna have three quick ones. One, we're gonna go Pinehurst number 2. Eli kind of ages out of the U.S. Kids stuff. He has qualified himself again for the World Championships down in Pinehurst, and so we've made it a point, like, this might be our last, not our last ever trip down there, but this is our last run from like a junior golf perspective, at least in this format. And so we're gonna do all the necessary things we need to do to get on to number 2 this time. We've done 4, we've done 8, we've done 6, we've done 1, 2, like, we've done a lot. And so we're gonna at least do 2, maybe 2 and 10, but 2 is gonna be the one that we check off. But I really want to play golf outside of the States. I haven't done that a ton of late. So I think I'm going to have an opportunity to play where they played the President's Cup at Royal Montreal. I think I'm going to have that opportunity, but I want to play somewhere not in North America. I don't know if I'm going to get there, but I've thought about it a lot, and I'm watching flights, whether it's Ireland, Scotland, England. I don't care. Honestly, I kind of want to go and just get stuck in a city, not even go check off a top 100 course box, but whether it is a Cairn or an Erin or just live in a city for 5 days and play the same course for 5 straight days and eat at the same places and drink at the same bars and do all of those things. I want to check something like that off.
Does Southwest go over the Atlantic? I know that's your favorite.
Kirsch, you need to tune in to an upcoming episode of Off the Deck. Anything and everything you want to know about going to Scotland is dropping soon on an episode.
Every time I listen to Off the Deck, I have to, go smoke a cigar.
Right,
I gotta have
or
a drink. I gotta eat some food. I gotta go
the
buy
exact
something.
same thing.
It's like every single time.
Every vice that I could come up with, I gotta.
I know.
Man,
I love that.
Josh, they're cheering you on here. What is your realistic bucket list course?
1A is Quaker Ridge. I've gotten to know a former pro from there pretty well and would like to experience Quaker Ridge up in New York, right across the street from Wingfoot. And then 1B is Rodeo Dunes. I want to go see everything that Rodeo Dunes is about. It looks incredible.
Yeah, those would definitely be on mine. So mine, I added one because I just thought of this, but 1 and 2, both in Georgia, not Augusta National, a Hoopie and Fall Line.
God, Fall Line.
Those they look incredible. If you probably heard of a Hoopie. If you hadn't heard of Fall Line, check it out. When we interviewed Gary Williams, he had the Fall Line hat. Sweet logo. It's incredible. The other one I just thought of that I think if we can make the trip happen is Marion. Our buddy Nate Oxman is the assistant caddy master there, and we've got an open invitation. Just got to get there. So,
well, okay, then let's get on a plane and go.
A little chilly right now, but yeah, we'll do a podcast meeting up there or something. All right, so golf theme song for 2026. What did you guys come up with? Josh, I want to start with you.
The Climb by Miley Cyrus.
Not Wrecking Ball?
Not Wrecking Ball, no. It's The Climb because it's going to be a climb for me to beat that 76 that I shot at Old Overton a few months ago. So kind of grinding it out, trying to get better and get better. And at one point in 2025, I looked at one of my friends and said, hey, this is the best golf I've ever played, and I got to get back to that and surpass it. So The Climb by Miley Cyrus.
You have to listen to that every time you pull into the parking lot of a golf course.
Oh, gosh. Okay. That's brutal.
Jonathan, what's yours?
I don't know if I had a good one, but I just thought of it. I'm going to go with low rider. I'm going to try to go low, baby. Let's go low. I'm going to learn how to hit all kinds of clubs. Drivers, wedges. It's going to be amazing.
I like that drivers was plural.
What's that?
I like that drivers was plural.
Right. Well, I've got one. I think I've got a second one. I've just never, as Kirsch used to say, whenever you start using real technology, it'll be amazing. So
Yeah.
I still have that mini driver that I shot whenever I was with you, but I have another driver that I haven't touched because I'm scared. So
Kirsch, how about you?
I'm gonna go with "Give It Time" by Goose. It's just a cool song, and every time I hear it, it makes me happy. But I think I am gonna have to have a lot of patience in 26 on and off the golf course, and it's gonna take a lot of saying to myself, give it time. And there's a line in there in which it says, give it time, an old hallelujah, and I just like it's yeah. So for some reason that's a song that immediately jumped into my head and has stuck with me for the last week since we talked about this agenda. So that's what we're gonna go with.
Okay. Mine is Panic at the Disco, High Hopes. I feel like with everything I have done in my own game this year, playing a lot, doing the stack Arcos, working with JP Guidry, I've laid a good baseline, good groundwork, and I'm like you, Kirsch. Like I'm ready to take it. I know you're way better than I am, but ready to kind of take it to that next level. And by that I mean dropping the handicap a point or two more. So it's going to be a great 2026, one that I think we are all very much looking forward to. And again, let's check off for sure that one goal of mine of all of us playing together. Mr.
Yeah, so you mentioned that about the one goal of us all playing together, and then shortly thereafter mentioned that you have an open invitation to marry, and I just want to point that out.
I don't know how many it's for, but we can see
Is
what
it
we
for
can
the
do.
East or the West course?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's a clear path here, Robbie. Like, we can make this happen very easily.
Yeah, it might be easier to get on Sweetens Cove than
we can make that happen.
So. Sure.
Well, I listened to somebody and they said that the East course is where they play the U.S. Open. It's where they do all of that at, and then the West course tends to be the one that it's a little easier probably to get on for guests and those kind of things. But apparently, the locker rooms on the East course have like the best shower pressure in golf. So just when there.
Yeah,
I
don't.
It out there.
So my experience at Sand Valley, that the room I was in, I think at the Mammoth Lodge, that's in all of my golf experiences, that's the top shower I haven't taken showers everywhere I've gone of golf, but that place was awesome.
Yeah, it's like an elephant gun up there.
Something like that. All right, so Jonathan and I had a couple of challenges this past year, thanks to you guys giving us some challenges during 2025. One was who could make, if I could make as many birdies of the 18 holes at my home course. I'm not a member anywhere, but I picked the Wildcat course at Fort Jackson. Jonathan jumped from a course he was playing at when he joined his course, and he had to par as many as he could. Jonathan, like you said, he parred 17 of the 27 holes there. I only birdied 6 of the 18 holes that I played. Now, granted, I played 5 full rounds there and 9 holes twice. So I did par every hole, though. So if it was par to par, I would have won that. But Jonathan won that challenge. And then we had another one where, and Josh, you might have come up with this, who could avoid like the big numbers. So I had to avoid doubles or worse. Jonathan had to avoid triples. And the way we kept track of it is, the number of those things minus the number of holes we played or divided by to give us an average. And so Jonathan got a triple bogey on every 6.5 holes he played, and I got a double every 6.4 holes.
This is amazing.
It was so close. So close.
Very close there. Great challenge. So, yeah, we've got to figure out what the challenge is for us for 2020. Personally, one of my goals, and I told Jonathan this the other day, is I want a streak of double bogey avoidance. Like I don't, if I'm going to get better, like John Sherman says, you gotta run from double bogey, you gotta fight it, whatever. And so how many, and I look back, I think I had 7 or 8 rounds this year where I did not make anything worse than a bogey. Obviously, you scored pretty well in those days, but then there were some that there was multiple doubles. So mine is how much of a streak can I make of not making a double bogey in a row, and then kind of keep trying to top that? Jonathan, you got any personal challenges that you're trying to do? Or you just want to hear what these guys came up with for us?
I
You know
got
what?
one.
I like let's stick with the doubles and triples. So let's see how many triple avoidance, what streak we can go on for triples.
Does Jonathan need to lower that to the double?
We're still at 6.5, 6.4. Like, I feel like handicap wise, I'm a 15.9 and you're a 8 or 9 right now.
8.4, I think.
What would it switch to? The streak of doubles? Because I'm gonna do doubles all day long. Like, I get a double every
that's not going to
hole.
be equitable.
Yeah.
All right, we can keep that one going.
All right.
But as you continue to get dialed in, your numbers will drop quicker than mine, I bet.
Well, that's me getting better. Maybe you
Yeah,
should get better.
That's good.
Just kidding.
So
Man, Josh, what you got?
I want y'all to track how many golf balls you lose,
Ball.
and then
Okay.
and then at the end of the year we'll divide it by number of rounds played.
Okay.
Because if you play
So we can,
more golf, then you have a chance to lose more golf balls. But figure out that average.
we have an
And
Excel
then-
spreadsheet for that, just like we did this year.
Yeah,
So we'll
yeah.
just
But I'd be curious just to see like what does that look like?
What do two average to below average golfers, how many golf balls
How
do
many
they
golf
go
balls?
through in a year?
Yeah.
This sounds like a great opportunity for a golf ball company
Right.
to jump in and join us on this. If you would like to advertise golf balls, Titleist or whatever other great golf ball brands out there, but Titleist Pro V1 X's or Pro V1s, we would love to scatter some of these golf balls for you and make a challenge that, maybe we don't lose as many if we were consistently playing the number one ball in golf. What?
And ideally it's something easy to keep up with, right?
Hey, no
It's
free
just-
ads.
It's just
Uh-uh.
a tick mark on the scorecard.
Well-
But I'd be curious what because Robbie, you're an 8 and Jonathan, you said 15 or 16.
16.
Over the course of the year, over how many rounds, how many golf balls do you actually lose? Like, I don't know that anybody's ever, at least that I've ever paid attention to, tracked that.
We're on it.
Yeah.
Great
We-
challenge.
That's easy because we were already tracking our triples and doubles through an Excel sheet. So after every round, I would let Robbie know, hey, I
Yeah, you
had
just
this
add a
many
column.
triples. That's right.
Well, this year you actually need to enter them yourself.
It'd be
So I don't
nice
have
if
to,
I
like, say,
could. I don't know much about technology, so I'm not sure how to get to an Excel spreadsheet and enter
sold a
stuff.
software company, but it can't get
Right.
Google Sheets on his phone.
Don't tell my
That
software.
was not his job.
That was not my job. No.
Talking guy, that's true. Man, I like it.
I
Kirsch,
like
any
that.
other challenges that we need?
Yeah, so I think I overachieved on this one.
Uh-oh.
I was trying to stay positive with all of my thoughts. So, I want you guys to hit a golf ball every day for 365 days. I think that's the first goal. You talk about getting better. You have a net. You have, whether it's a chip, whether it's a putt on a putting mat, don't care. But part of getting better is reps. It's something that Eli and I talk about all the time. And I think for 365 days a year, whether it's one shot or 100 shots, commit to each other to hit one or more golf balls every day.
How do
I
you
don't think
handle-
I've ever seen anyone regret the fact that they told us at the beginning of an episode that they have a new hitting bay right in front of them. And
no,
now they're like, oh,
No, no.
God.
I'm fine with it at my house. Like, Robbie and I have talked about it. My goal is 5 days a week that I hit a golf ball because, like, there are going to be, like, how do you hit a golf ball whenever you're just not home? Like, when I'm going to be in Denver for 7 days and probably not even be able to pick up a golf club. Like, I already know there's going to be times and spaces I can't.
You can make choices in life. And I'm just saying that one of your choices should be to go to a golf course in Denver and go hit balls.
Go find a
I've
PGA
done
Tour
it.
I'll tell you
Superstore
what.
every day while you're there.
I'll
And
tell you
then-
what.
Speaking of rodeo
Go
dunes,
to an Edwin
I can
Watts.
tell you,
Go to any. Like
it has
I'm saying,
nothing to
anything.
do with the desire. I'm going to be there. My 2 daughters,
yeah, we know.
I'm having,
But you could figure out a way to make it happen, Jonathan.
Take a swing. Make a swing.
if I tell my
Something.
wife, hey, I
Bring a Medicus and fold
understand
it.
you're having
Put all your
surgery
clothes in your golf travel bag with your 7-iron. That's it. Just one club and all your clothes. That's your
Listen,
suitcase.
I appreciate you guys. And Keisha, if you're
He
listening
makes
to
a
this,
collapsible putter. You can pull it out.
I want to stay married.
Does the potty putter count?
Wait a minute. I do have a potty putter.
So I would say then you have to modify it, but like hit a ball if you're within reach of a golf club,
I'm
whether it's at home,
reasonable.
I'm signing
or
up for
anything,
this,
I'm good with it.
Kirsch.
Yeah.
hit a ball.
I'm up for it.
I'm committing to this too. So some of this maybe bleed into
Nice.
my very last one is a team goal.
Okay.
I want you to read a book
Let's not get
about
carried away.
golf that you have never read.
I haven't read a book ever.
Harvey
so.
Pennick's Little Red Book. Ben Hook, like read an old book,
Read a
read
book
something
ever.
new. Just read a book. Read a physical
I gave
book.
him John Sherman's book.
Robbie
Read
bought
that
me a
one.
book
John Sherman's
2
book,
years
Practical
ago.
Golf. I've got it. I've got it sitting on the
I've
shelf.
had it for 2
right here.
years.
Yeah.
And then I think from
Just one? Just one book?
just one.
It's a stretch goal.
I know Jonathan.
It's a
just
stretch
one.
goal.
Total birdies. Jonathan needs to go over 30. That's his goal for the year.
I can do that.
Total birdies. Robbie, you got to get to 55.
Which shout
And
out
then a
Fade
team-
and Fairway. He has a great birdie tracker. He might have already sold out of them, but at Fade and Fairway on Instagram, he has a great birdie tracker that comes with a bag tag to attach to your golf bag.
And then I'd say the last goal is you already brought him
We're
up.
supposed to have one goal.
I think we pick a day. I don't know if Josh has access, but I think that we should all start a stack session in January and then see who has the biggest gains from that day on.
I like it.
That's
Josh,
what
do
I
you have
think.
the stack system?
I do not have the stack system.
I can get you a discount.
Okay.
Next year, you're going to be able to open up your gift from Kirsch, and it will be a stack system. You're going to be a year behind the rest of us, but
I hope we set the cap a little lower than that.
I'll
But
tell you what.
Yeah.
no, I like that. That one, that's good. So yeah, man, great goals.
I
It's
feel
one of those you wanted to hurry up and get 26 so you can start doing some of these things.
I feel like we got ambushed. I did not know that we were going to have 18 things from Kirsch on how to attack us here.
It was 3.
Jonathan, this is him showing how much he cares about you and your golf game and how he wants you to be better when you finally do get to play with him again because he doesn't like playing with 20 plus handicap, Jonathan.
We had a good time.
I was wondering where you're going with that, Robbie.
Right. Did anybody
He's
write
trying
these
to help
down?
him improve.
We wrote these down,
So-
right?
Yeah,
Do we
it's
have time,
recorded.
Robbie, for a quick?
They're recorded.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Mr. Kirsch. Mr. Kirsch, your end of the year is Christmas. It might not be a poem or a Christmas melody, but what you got for a rant?
So it actually tied in really well. No negative feelings toward the fall line, but when I pulled it up, the very first byline under Google search is ultra exclusive club, and we have to stop. It's out of control. I think we've all had really, really pleasurable experiences at Sand Valley, Landman, Sweetens. Public golf is the backbone of golf, is where the stories come from. It is everything. I think that we have got to call out when applicable the arms race to expensive golf that makes it more and more difficult and puts pressure on people to feel like they have to have a certain things or do certain things or play a certain way. Schedule and think about golf trips and golf in general. And I think it's, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a YouTube video, but call out and showcase more and more public golf. And I think, that's one of the goals for 26 is like go to a new city or two and only play 4 public courses that you didn't know of before you Googled that city. That's how I ended up at Purgatory outside of Indianapolis. Like, go to Traverse City, go to Grand Rapids, go to, off the beaten path, wherever, and go play golf and walk on courses, get publicly accessible tee times, play for under $100, do those type of things and support public golf, support municipal golf, work with your local municipalities to make sure that you can get golf as accessible as possible. And there's a lot of things going on about people who care a lot about the game of golf, trying to restore public golf in certain areas. And it's, mildly being hijacked. So just focus when you can on some really good public golf experiences and don't be afraid to suggest it as a place to play and not have to lift up the place that's $500 around and those type of things. So that's my
Breach on, Kirsch. I love it. Well, I'm in Columbia, and within a few hours east direction, I got the Charleston Muni, which is still on my bucket list. The Wilmington Muni, which I want to go see. Asheville Muni, like there's some
Charleston Muni is so good.
There's some great.
These guys
great
have never
public
played
courses.
Limerick.
They haven't.
Limerick is where I cut my teeth on golf.
Limerick's a great
I
course
love
if
golf.
they put if the county would put a little money into it.
The layout,
Great
the
layout.
elevation change, the shots you got to hit.
That should be the top of y'all's bucket list. I don't know what y'all have been talking about, but
Marion.
Marion, yeah.
I didn't want to say it because Kirsch is going on about, public. And
Okay, now there's just 3 of us going to Marion.
Right. I was going to say, Kirsch doesn't want to go, apparently.
That's a historic course. That's not a new
okay.
luxury designed ultra exclusive.
The 21 Club at $1 million initiation fee, just around
$500,000.
Is it just a $500,000?
Yeah,
it's just half.
Never mind.
Yeah, but no, it does look pretty sweet. No, Kirsch, I completely agree. Public golf is awesome, and you listed off a number of courses that are some of our favorites and have the favorite experiences, and where we get to go play golf with like Josh and others, and soon to be used.
Maybe we can play the Augusta Muni, the new patch.
There you go. We will see about that. So very nice. All right. So best ball in 2026, just to give some announcements or things coming. Relaunching Pictures on the Scorecard. I did that with Seth McWhorter for a while. He is just crazy slammed, doing incredible work in the golf design. I am going to relaunch that as a solo project and be talking about golf logos. We'll be talking about public golf, private golf. We'll be talking about all the best golf course logos. Marion obviously is one. Jonathan and I asked this question on every one of the Whole Story podcasts that we do is what's your favorite golf logo? And Jonathan, how many times has Marion been brought up?
Quite a bit.
Yeah. So I'll be talking about different logos. It'll be very short form content. So something you can listen to multiple episodes within a drive to work. Talking with others about doing some podcasts. So we will see. That should be coming out soon. Jonathan and I are going for the first time to the PGA show, and I believe Mr. Decker might be going down there as well.
Yep, that's the plan.
That is the plan. So it'll be a good time down there. We've already talked with a number of folks that know we are coming, and Jonathan and I are going to be walking around with cameras and microphones talking to people, and just finding new guests for the Whole Story podcast and others here. But we're going to be kind of documenting our entire experience doing that. We hope to have at least a couple more good company gatherings. We've got a new special project that I'm working on. Jonathan and I've been talking about that we'll start teasing out here hopefully soon, and get on the docket for Best Ball. But it's an exciting time for Best Ball. It's exciting to do these roundtables with you guys. Decker, your podcast is crushing it. John and Nate, y'all are doing an incredible job with your podcast, and we're going to keep adding to the list of Best Ball podcasts. And like we say, a rising tide lifts all boats. And we're going to just take this thing and lift us all very, very high and have a lot of fun playing golf with good people. So I appreciate you guys being there. Anybody have a final comment before we sign off on this thing?
Thanks for letting me be a part of this. It's been a blast. I didn't realize you said this is the second time we've done this, and that blew my mind. In terms of doing the year in reviews. So that was crazy. But yeah, thanks for allowing me to be a part of it and be part of the Best Ball family.
Yeah, man. The third one's going to be fun because we're going to do Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I just, how much I appreciate these. And I think this is, my third year of like doing some of these roundtables now. And I don't take any of them for granted. And I love that we can end the year this way. And I love that we get to talk pro golf and just have good conversation. So just appreciate it, and hope everybody has a safe and happy holidays.
Yeah. I think the first one was 23 when we did the Ryder Cup in the fall. Mm-hmm. So I think we just did one that year, but man, I love these things. It's fun chatting with you guys. Just hearing y'all's thoughts. Jonathan, any final comments?
I don't know if I look forward more to anything other than Kirsch's rants. I mean, if I were gonna pick an extra podcast to throw into our mix, a weekly rant from David Kirsch, and it could just be like a 4-minute podcast of Kirsch with a topic that just like blows the doors off every single week. I'd sign up for that in a second.
Kirsch, you could record a voice memo, send that to me, and we'll publish it each week.
That's right. %.
God, that's a great idea.
Listen, a weekly rant from David Kirsch, man.
Hey, and parting thought, we are, as of Christmas Day, 105 days from the start of the Masters.
I can hear the music playing. Very nice. Well, guys, hopefully shortly after that, Josh, that we will find out that Jonathan and I have been granted media credentials. So
That would be
That
outstanding.
would then give Jonathan another course that he could probably check off, because if we get him, he would be the one that gets picked
100%.
in the media
Yeah.
lottery to go play.
Wait a minute, we wouldn't get picked together? We get independently?
Yeah,
Oh,
there'd be no
No,
chance
each
that both
person-
of us would get picked.
I had no idea that was a thing. I just thought like your people.
No, they picked like 40 people total.
Do you know how bad I would feel if I got picked and you didn't?
No, you wouldn't.
Not
feel
bad enough to not play.
Yeah,
I'd still probably go play, but that doesn't change the fact that I'd feel bad.
not at all.
I would like to. My very last
Next year,
comment-
you'd have to say, still don't feel like I deserve this, or
Right.
whatever.
I would like my last parting gift for the podcast is that I apologize again, Robbie, that I forgot to press record for your first shot on the old course. I thought it was running, and I didn't push the record button, and it got missed.
That's all right.
I know you were there. I still feel so bad about that.
It does not matter. I striped that 2-iron, and
Absolutely
it was
roped
perfect.
it. Yep.
So yeah, no worries. Still, that what a trip. Well, guys, thank you all for being here. Thanks to everybody for following and listening to all the things we got going on with Best Ball. Check out bestball.com. Visit any of our social media sites at Golf Best Ball. You can find us on YouTube, all the different podcast platforms. Go and listen. There's a Best Ball channel on the Apple podcast, and you can find all the Best Ball podcasts that fall under that channel. Go listen to all of them and give us all 5-star reviews. Give us good ratings, because that helps us grow and get these stories in front of more people. And like Jonathan and I say, and like Josh would say too, like the host, we're not the stars of the show. Like, we interview incredible people, and we want to put their stories out there for others to hear. So you doing that helps them more than it helps us. And there's some incredible people doing incredible things in this game, and we are fortunate to get to help tell those stories. But as always, it's fun. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And thanks to everybody for listening to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast.